Hey folks, John with Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in the computer business. Guys, I hope you got a chance to check out that video from SHOT Show. I am really sorry that thing was that long. I am going to try to break that down into smaller sections at some point so we can get each interview individually, and then probably put out a couple shorts too, because if you watch that whole thing, you saw there are some crazy cool innovations out there that I cannot wait to get on this channel and test. So, gotta love non-lethal, dude. It's getting better and better and better every single day. So, without further ado, let's take a look at something new. Be right back. All right, folks. So our friends over at Umarex finally sent in this. Now, this is the first one of these they actually got out. This is the Umarex Glock 17 Gen 5 Quick Pierce magazine. Now, guys, a lot of you guys have been wanting this, and let me explain why. A lot of people, and I'm going to show Stumpy this, if you've got the Glock 17, the Gen 5, or you've got the Walther, or you've got the Smith, or whatever, and you're going to actually use these or keep them in your car, keeping the CO2 punctured has become a real concern for some people. They're worried that that will bleed or leak. Now, I have not had that problem. A lot of you guys have actually seen where I have tested a Walther PPQ magazine that I have had pierced since November of not last year, but the year before that, and it's still holding pressure. I'm still popping around about once a month out of it to see if we've got pressure. But sometimes better safe than sorry, and that is where these come in handy. So this is the Quick Pierce magazine for the Glock 17. And I'm going to, yes, noticeably, it is open. I had to take a look at this, guys. I was really curious about it. So, come with the magazine itself, and as you can see, it looks a lot like a couple of the other magazines that have got any kind of a quick pierce method. So the CO2 cartridge goes in here. You use a thumb screw to screw this up to where it's secure, and that is how it's going to actually be loaded into the weapon. When you need the weapon, you pick it up, you pop that one time, that punctures the CO2, and you're pressurized and ready to go. So you don't have to worry about any kind of bleeding or pressure bleed off for any period of time. Now, guys, whether you're using this method or you're using the regular method, practice with your weapon. Don't charge this thing and let it sit for 6 months. Take it out and fire it routinely. You need to know how to use it. You need to know how it operates. You need to know how to aim it. Learn your weapon. That's hugely important. Now, something else this includes in the package that I was very happy to see. Since you've got no degas as such, so you can't push it to degas or twist it in some cases, you've seen those. And if this is pressurized, even if it's at low pressure, you're not going to be able to screw this down to release that pressure. So they actually include the little plastic grommet that goes on the back here, and that allows you to release the pressure from the magazine using a button right there. Now, guys, this is really neat. And honestly, I wish that Umarex would do this on all of their weapons, include that little plastic piece right there. But I'm glad they have it on this. So here's what we're going to do. I want to load up a magazine on this and I want to test it. So let me drop out my actual loaded. By the way, a lot of people ask me how I load this thing. So I've got my CO2 back here. My CO2 cartridges never stay in this weapon for more than a week at a time without practice firing. I take them out and I fire them all the time. Number one, to stay fresh with it. But number two, because they're great. I love these things. But as you can see, I load rubber with a steel core. Now that will vary. Sometimes I'll load aluminum and then pepper ball, and I cycle it. So rubber, pepper, rubber, pepper, rubber, pepper. First one out is a pepper ball. That's how I load it. And it doesn't matter if I'm carrying the Berna, if I'm carrying the Walther, if I'm carrying this, if I'm carrying the HDP 50. I always stagger my rounds like that. So, and if y'all really want to know why I do that, ask me and we'll do another video on it. There is actually a reason behind it. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a CO2 cartridge and we're going to put a drop of our oil on there. Guys, this might be why my seals last forever. Put a drop of oil on there. All right, we're going to load that cartridge in. We're going to screw this up to where it is tight. There we go. And it screws up quite a bit, guys. If you look at that, that's actually pretty high. All right, so we got it in there tight. We're going to throw it in the weapon. By the way, just to show everybody, there is no chamber on a Glock 17, but we've got nothing in here, so it's clean. All right, so right now we should not be punctured. We're going to take a test fire. I've actually got a cushioning system set up over here just so we can see it. No rounds are in the weapon. So nothing, because we are not pressurized. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to give it a quick pop. and see if that pressurized it. There was nothing in this thing, so it should just blow back once and stick. And there you go. So it pressurized with the one simple strike, and it seems to be working fine. Now hold on. Yep, it's working perfectly. All right, now here's what I'm curious about, guys. We're going to go ahead and we're going to release this pressure, and we're going to test it one more time with a fresh cartridge. Y'all see that? I pushed that button, and it released all the pressure. That's great. Talk about a quicker way to do it. Screw this down, and we'll get a fresh cartridge in here. All right, so here's what I'm curious about. Say you've got multiple magazines, all right, and you want to keep one of these in here, but you don't want to keep them charged up. If you're in a situation where you're having to pull out the magazine quickly and pop it into the weapon, and I can give you an example of that. There are some states that will not let you travel with the magazine in the weapon, all right? So you may have to pull it out and put it in real quick, all right? So we're going to go ahead and get this ready up here, and it is secured. What I'm wondering is, if you pre-rack this, so right now the hammer is back, okay? If I slap this in, if that's enough pressure to actually pierce this cartridge. Let's find out. Here we go. Ready? And it is. So you could do a slap method on this. So it comes out of your holster or out of your belt clip, put it in, slap it in, and you're ready to go. So the key to that is, guys, that has got to be pre-racked. So that hammer's got to be back when you put the new magazine in. So whether if you're in a lockback position because you just dumped the whole magazine or not, that's going to rack it. Or if you've got it in a self-defense situation and you just want to keep that in there without using it right off the bat, rack the weapon, then put the magazine in, and you're ready to go. Then when you need it, pick it up, give it a pop. That's all there is to it. That's pretty cool, guys. And guys, there is no slack in that. I mean, the point of where you are versus being pierced is so minute that it doesn't take much of a hit on the buttstock of that to actually work. Now, I would probably pull that stupid orange sticker off because that does protrude a little bit. But at the end of the day, it works. That's pretty cool. I'm going to carry a few of these in the shop, guys. I only sent me 2 of them, but I'm going to order like 10 more of them. If anybody wants one, let me know. And I usually try to do a weekly order on these things, so I'll have them in stock. But I was happy. I think this is a great idea. And I'm sad it took them this long to come up with it, but at the end of the day, there it is, and it's functional, and yeah, that's good. So I'm going to drop all the pressure out of this cartridge. And by the way, guys, I got to show you this. It's really cold when you do it. It like blew this stream of air over there and blew papers off my desk. You got to love that. So then you're ready to go again. So nothing to it. I like this method. I'm really glad they finally came out with this for this weapon. So I really hope that you enjoyed the video on the on SHOT Show. I know it's, like I said, I apologize for it being so long, but there is a reason. I really wanted it to be good. I hope this looks good, and I hope this sounds good. I'm not going to know till I get to editing. But if this works, this camera will give me the ability to shoot future videos in 4K. So, and I'm thinking about, I think this GoPro might also have 4K, and if it does, this is a Hero 7, then I will use it as Stumpy, and maybe we can shoot the whole video in 4K. You know, you never know. So, I am contacting Berna. I am contacting Guard Dog. I am contacting Saber. I got an email back from Hero, which did surprise me, guys. They did get back with me. We may be able to have them on the channel here shortly as well. And one other company sent something that I wasn't expecting, but it arrived in a box at my house today. So I will probably look at it, and if I can find a poor willing test victim, then we may actually try this one out too. But it is nasty. But thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic week, and be safe out there. Bye-bye.